What's going on, everyone? Aaron Bowman here with the Bowman Realty Group over at eXp Realty, and thank you for coming by and checking out another video here on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn's another one we post these on. If you're watching this on Facebook, more than likely you're watching the live version of this, or maybe you're seeing the replay somewhere else. But if you're new to the channel, thanks for coming by and checking it out. Make sure you kind of give us a like. We'd always appreciate that. Comment down below where you're watching this from. And we also like that too. And we answer all of the posts that get put in the comment section. So if you're new here, like I said, my name is Aaron Bowman. I'm a realtor here in Connecticut, and I have a team called the Bowman Realty Group over at eXp Realty. And what today's video is going to be about the current market conditions here in Connecticut and nationally. If you are in Connecticut and you want to know more specific about your neighborhood, please let me know. Either send us a message here on Facebook or use our contact information in the notes down below. And basically what I'm going to be talking about is a whole MLS here in Connecticut. Then we're going to go over to the laptop, or I'm going to look at the laptop, so excuse me if I'm not looking at the camera, and talk a little bit about this recession timetable that's been out there, and you've seen me talk about it in a couple other videos. So let's jump right into the information. So right now, the difference we're going to be talking here is October, November. So in October, the median price range of a home here in Connecticut for the whole MLS was $243,000. The median price range in November was $249,000. So that means there was a $6,000 increase, more or less, in the median price range. Now, the big one everyone wants to know is days on market. How long is it going to take to sell my home? Now, in October, it took 53 days, right? Yeah, 53 days in October. Now, if you were trying to sell your home in November, I really hate to say this, but the number did go up. Brace yourself, it went up a lot. 54 days. So we saw a 1-day increase in the month of November. And that's only because of the holiday seasons, Thanksgiving, Black Friday. A lot of people, once that Thanksgiving time frame hits, really don't think about houses until the first week or two in December, which we're currently in. So the sales, the total volume in October was 3,810 transactions. In November, that dropped a little bit down to 3,379. And again, that's just because of the holiday. And that's for the whole MLS. Now, it doesn't take in consideration your for sale by owners, but here's a spoiler alert. If you are a for sale by owner, 90% end up listing with an agent anyways. So if you'd like to know what you can do to get your home sold as a for sale by owner, we'd be more than happy to help you out without even hiring us. So information is down below. Just give us a call or text or Facebook Messenger, whatever. Supply is basically how many days or how much inventory or how many months of inventory we have if nobody else was to list their home. So in October, we had 5.5 months. So if nobody else listed a house in the month of October, in 5.5 months from then, we would have no more houses to sell. Now in November, that dropped a little bit down to 4.8. So in November, there was 4.8 months worth of inventory, and you'll see that number change a little bit more in December when we hit January. Now, definitely keep an eye out. If you're watching this on YouTube, I think there's a little bell notification you can click on one side because we are going to have 2 other videos coming out this week. I'm going to try to get some back to back, and that's going to be one for sale by owners and one for you expired listings. And I know you're out there. I know you're watching because this is the time of year when you see a lot of houses that were listed come off the market and then they sit until spring and what have you. So we have some information that's really going to help you get your home sold in 2020 if it is coming off the market. So next, I want to talk a little bit about the recession timetable. Now, if you go to our website, which will be down below, or you follow us on Instagram or any of the social media sites, you'll see some of these slides get posted and some captions with it, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. It's kind of hard. It takes a lot of work to add the slides to the live feed and overlay stuff, and I just don't have the time today. Sorry, I'm a little lazy today, but if you've watched any of the videos, we've been talking about this recession in the election year 2020 and how there's like 8 other things that have to happen before it hits the housing market, and a lot of people are afraid that it's going to be 2008 all over again. However, there is no subprime lending, so we're not have to worry about that. I mean, people still default on their mortgages. Life happens, jobs get lost, people get ill, those things happen, but it's not going to be because of the lending institutions like it was in 2008. So originally, they were saying almost 50% of the economists from the Wall Street Journal. They surveyed a whole bunch of people. I'll try to link the video, or I'll post the link to the video that I did about this a little while ago, a couple months ago, so you can kind of see the number difference. But before, it was like around 50% that thought it was going to happen in 2020. And now currently, what they did is they kind of pushed this back a little bit. So only 34.2% think it's going to, the really smart people that know all this stuff, because I don't, know that they think that it's going to happen. Part of it could happen or start to happen in 2020. 29% think more in 2021, 2022, 14%, and then it's pretty much 7.3% all the way up into 2025. So there's still a good chance we're going to start to see a little bit of a recession, but I think it's going to happen so fast, at least in the housing market, that we're going to go to bed one day, the next day we're going to wake up and the recession is going to be over. When it comes to the housing market, it's not going to be like 2008. Now, Goldman Sachs had put this out. We are reasonably confident that the U.S. growth is improving. The sharp drop in mortgage rates has reinvigorated the housing recovery after the slowdown in 2018 and early 2019. The structural outlook is also strong as the level of building activity remains well below demographic demand. So if you've seen any of the other videos, you've also know that right now, especially in Connecticut nationally, the first-time home buyer or your non-luxury market, I guess the best way to put it. So your starter homes, I'd say here in Connecticut, 200,000, 250 and under is what we consider the medium price range homes, are very hard to come by, especially for first-time home buyers. There's a strong demand for them and there's very little supply. So like Goldman Sachs is saying here, that everything has been slowly recovering since 2018. As far as the transactions and mortgage. And I think we're going to see the mortgage rates even drop a little bit more, which is really going to increase the buying strength of anybody looking to buy or even refinance. If you're looking to refinance your home, maybe you want to pull some money out of it, buy an investment property and have a rental. It's a great time to do that. I'm trying to think here. Let me see some of the other slides that I want to take a look at. Has also been income decrease. So payment as a percent of the income decrease. The average payment in regards to income has been an historic norm around 21.2%, and that's all the way down to 15.2% here in Connecticut in September, I should say. And I'll put a slide up for this. I'll do a post on this today, but the buyers' purchasing power has increased. And there's a whole bunch of numbers on here, which I don't want to get into. But basically, if you're buying, there's been a $24,500 increase in buying power when buying a house. And that has to do with mortgage rates, wages, and home prices. And it breaks it all down for you. I'll put this up later on today, and you can check out that slide. So just stay tuned to the Facebook business page. Home prices projected to continue to appreciate. So this slide also I'll put up, but it started in 2019. It goes all the way to 2020 or 2022. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different places that were surveyed. And it's everything from Fannie Mae, National Association of Realtors, Freddie Mac, Mortgage Bankers Association. And everybody had projected in 2019 an increase between the lowest of 3.3% to the highest of 5.2%. And that pretty much carries out in 2020. It's a little bit lower. In 2020, we're looking at an increase on the low side of 2.5 and a high side of 4.1. And then in 2021, everything is pretty much in the 2s. Now, I'll post this later on today so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And let's see here. What else I want to see? Oh, this is one I think I talked about a little bit earlier ago. And then I'm pretty much going to end the video after this. I don't want to keep you guys too long here. We're almost at 10 minutes. But a survey was done, and these are the top 5 answers. And the question that was asked was, what do you believe is the safest investment over the next 10 years? Now, without even looking at this, I would have said like gold, silver, something along those lines. And I was actually kind of surprised. Basically, what I see here is, and I'll post this later. I think I've already posted this once, is that Americans choose real estate as the safest investment. U.S. stocks came in at 10.4%. U.S. bonds came in at 10.6%. Gold at 16%. U.S. or I should say savings accounts came in at 21.8%, and the U.S. housing came in at a whopping 27.2. So you can see with, you know, with the increase in wages, you know, the economy is really strong right now, with the mortgage rates that keep dropping and the home prices, you know, keep appreciating. There is a lot of buying power for people that are purchasing. So right now, like you said, you know, like I said, you know, in the survey, and I'll post these slides in a little bit after this video, but you can see that a lot of Americans are getting back into making sure they have that home, that security, and they're buying their first time home, or maybe they're downgrading or moving up, but mostly it's your first time home buyers or people that have been renting for a long time looking to get into a home of their own. And that's why, you know, there's such a shortage nationally and even in Connecticut with the first time home buyer houses, your how do I put this? Not really your medium price range, but it's your starter home. Like, you know, your typical 11,000, you know, 1,100 square foot ranch, you know, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. Your starter homes. So people that are bought a home before they're getting out of the renting, or even if somebody's had that luxury home, all the kids are out of the house, too much home for them, they want to move down to something smaller, they can't even do that because the inventory is not there. So if you have a starter home and you're looking to move up, now would probably be a pretty good time to sell. So thanks for watching. Again, if you guys have any questions, just comment down below. We'll answer them all, or shoot us a message on any of the contact information down below. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next video.